Hey, what's up, everyone? All right, so now that This Desk has released, I thought this would be a good moment to kind of like talk through the poetry album and what's on the poetry album, the content, what the songs are. So while they're poems, I've been describing them as poems set to music. They were originally just straight spoken word poetry that I read at various slams and events. Can you hear Discord going off? Mute that shit. So they started out as spoken word poems, but for this project, I set them to music. And by that, like, I basically made beats for them. But they were usually very sparse, and piano and violin and more musical, or some of them don't have drums at all, and some of them just have a backing instrument. One of them just has one sound effect and a kick drum. 6 poems that are on it are titled This Desk, Child of the 90s, Self-Loathing, Panic Attack, I Hate You, Don't Leave, and 64 out of 100. So quick description of what they're about. This Desk is about being in a job that you hate and feeling like it's crushing your creative drive and the depression that comes along with that, as well as the conflicted emotions for feeling like you're ungrateful. Child of the 90s is kind of like a reflection on who I am and growing up, and just kind of like a quick kind of like arc of like me growing up and being a teenager, and like how I've kind of like fucked up in high school and had to go back to high school, like selling all my shit and going traveling by myself, and then falling in love, and then it being a fucking horrible idea after a little while, and then coming home and then starting to throw myself into music. Self-loathing is pretty self-explanatory. It's about the feeling of self-loathing. It opens with the line, how much self-loathing is normal? And just goes from there. If you've ever felt that way, or you've ever Googled self-loathing, or if you've ever felt like, why do I feel like this? You're who it's for. Panic Attack is about the time in 2020 at the job after the job I was at This Desk. I quit that job and got another job. And then I thought I was having a heart attack. I had like shooting pain down my arm. My vision was like tunneling and like staticky. And like I couldn't really talk. And like I had this crazy heart arrhythmia. And I was like, I'm having a fucking heart attack and I'm dying. And it never happened to me. I thought I was fucking dying. And I went to the hospital. And if you want to know what happened, you should listen to it. I Hate You, Don't Leave is about, remember when I said I went traveling and fell in love and it turned out to be a horrible idea? If you've ever been in a relationship that started out amazing and then descended into fucking chaos, you should relate to that. 64 to 100 is about taking an ASD test as an adult and suddenly having a lot of things start to make sense. And that's it. I titled it Miscellanea because miscellanea is like a academia word for like a collection of loose written materials, which is what this is. So check it out if that sounds like something you're into. I hope you like it. Every poem is going to be coming out on the 19th of the month. Like This Desk is Jan 19, Child of the 90s is Feb 19. All like through to June. Those for free on YouTube, on Spotify. Spotify's not free, but it's on YouTube for free. Or if you like what you've heard so far and you really want to support me, it would mean the world to me if you went to my Bandcamp and purchased the album for $10. And you get the whole thing, you get all the lyrics, you get some little write-ups of what it was about and my thoughts throughout it, and my eternal love and gratitude. One Bandcamp purchase is the equivalent of 15,000 Spotify streams. So, like, the purchases I made this morning from This Desk are like, Spotify is here, and like those purchases, it's ridiculous. Spotify completely screws artists over. If you really want to support me, please go check that out. I also might start selling some hats that will come with a download code. So if you know me in person, or you're in Kelowna or in the Okanagan Valley, come out to a poetry event or one of my shows and buy a hat. So that's what those are about. Hope you like it. Check it out. Thanks.